Happy Wednesday, first graders. Today I'm going to be reading to you. So we mixed it up a little bit, and on Wednesdays, you will be getting a read aloud from Mrs. Pacella. On the other days, the read alouds kind of go with some of the writing you're going to be doing, or we have some astronauts reading to you from space. So we're trying to mix it up a little bit. So on Wednesdays, that will be the read aloud with Mrs. Pacella. And I'm going to let you guys start voting for what book you want me to read to you. So today I chose the book, but you can see on the slide in the corner there are two books. You can choose which one you want me to read next week. So you can get on Seesaw and let me know your vote. The book we're going to read today was donated to me by Sawyer. He got it for me at the book fair. And this book is called The Day You Begin. And I love this story because it's all about knowing that it's okay to be different. Sometimes you are going to walk into a room and you're going to look very different from everyone else in that room, and that's okay. And so this story really talks about how it's okay to be different and to use those qualities and differences that we have to shine and be the best you. So, The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. The Day You Begin. For Sia, Nell, and Josie. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times when no one understands the way words curl from your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. So these children are making fun of the way he speaks because he speaks two languages. He speaks Spanish because he's from Venezuela, and he speaks English. And so his English might not be as crisp and clean as everyone in the classroom, because his first language, the language he speaks at home and the language he's most comfortable with, is a different language. So it's not a reason to make fun of him. I think it's something that he could shine with. He speaks two languages. How cool is that? And we have some friends in our classroom who speak two languages. Rigoberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming, the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come. Your own voice, once huge, now smaller, when the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer?" Tell the class your story. We went to France, Shayla says. These shells came from a beach in Maine. A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina. Each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. Their travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen asleep. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? Do you think that she's feeling embarrassed that she didn't have a really cool trip that she went on. Instead, she just stayed home and took care of her sister. There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. When your own friend Naja will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far. The game isn't one you can ever really play. I don't want him on our team. You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina and I spent my whole summer with my little sister, you tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago. Reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, in the room where no one else was quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories, where every new friend has something a little like you and something else so fabulously not quite like you at all. The end. So she ended up finding out that she thought she was going to be so different from everyone. And when she finally went to share her story, she was able to find some commonalities between her friends. Her sibling had the same name as another little boy in the class. So being strong and brave and sharing your differences can always lead to having things in common with other people. And that's how we form friendships, is we find those commonalities between each other. And then we are excited about the differences that we have. It would be really boring if we were all the same and we looked all the same. It is so awesome that we all have different hair color and different eye color and different skin color. And some of us can run fast and some of us don't like to run at all. So having those differences makes our world very unique and a very fun and special place to live in. So think about that today. Think about some of your friends and what things you have that are the same, and what things do you have with your friends that are different. And let's see if we can use those differences to form even better friendships. So I hope you like this story. I really like it. Every time I read it, I get little goosebumps. But it's called The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson. All right, friends, have a great day. Good luck with your learning.